race number 14 of the NNSCRA Snickers Cup Series is about to be run, and this is the next to last race of the regular season. Next week we'll be going to New Hampshire for race weekend number 15, and the chase field for all three series will be set. I wish that I could really give you a piece of news here of who has clinched themselves a spot in the chase already. I guess mathematically Kenny McCurry maybe has, but the big problem is that coming into the race at Daytona last week, Kenny McCurry and John Worry were tied for the points lead. So if that was the case, then I'm very wary to say that Kenny McCurry has made the chase mathematically, which really actually he hasn't. So right now it's still up in the air whether any of these drivers can very easily fall out of the top 10. Drivers that are up here in the point standings: Kenny McCurry, Patrick Murphy, Noel Stiller, John Worry, Timmy Pacioli, John Dillon. Easily, they could be outside of the top 10 in the standings by the time the race in New Hampshire ends. So it's still, every one of these cars, it's a great big question mark on whether or not they're going to be in the chase. And Noel Stiller was one of those drivers on the list. He's on the pole here for today's race. A good finish may be able to clinch him in for when we get to the next race in New Hampshire. But you don't know where someone's going to finish in this race, and then you don't know where they're going to finish in the next race at New Hampshire. So nobody in this field and nobody in this series has yet clinched themselves a spot mathematically into the chase. Just want to make that clear. Alright, so Noel Stiller is on the pole for today's race here at Michigan. He'll start alongside of T.O. Bain, who just really has been on a major momentum roll as of late. Was a go-or-go-homer early on this season, and then during the second half of the season has made races, worked his way up inside the top 35, and has been very consistent since then. James McLeod, he's been getting himself pretty good qualifying runs as well, but has not finished as well. He'll roll off there on the inside of Garrett Hay, making his first career start in the number 91 Spam Ford, that being a ride coming out of the Front Row Motorsports team. They have, of course, Eggleston, Bald, and Patrick Murphy, and they're fielding a fourth ride here in Garrett Hay. His first career start here today at Michigan, and obviously with Dylan Young picking up his first career win in his second start coming here at Michigan in the Oreo Truck Series. There's some speculation as to maybe Garrett Hay doing something very similar, maybe pulling off a Trevor Bayne here in his first career start in the Snickers Cup Series. Adam Chambers going to line up alongside of his teammate, John Worry. Both of them are right now in the top 10 in standings, but as I said, it's not ensured that they are going to be there at the end of the day. Alex Lozano going to line up alongside of James Bald. There's Patrick Murphy, comes in second in the standings. He'll line up alongside of Daniel Schwab, who came off his first career Snickers Cup Series victory last week at Daytona. Noah Carr is going to be in the sixth for this race. He'll line up alongside of Jacob Cook. Cook is actually in this race, but he is going to be in the chase as well because he ended up not making the All-Star race due to a mishap by yours truly. Ziggy Bain, he's in contention to maybe be in the top 10 standings. He'll line up alongside of Arnold Columbia, who will be in the chase, as he ended up finishing second in the NR 2003 contest. Jared Crozier will line up alongside of Christian Janes. Jake Rogers, who ended up winning at Lowe's, I believe, in the Snickers Cup Series. He'll line up alongside of Devin Wilson. Timmy Pacioli, who comes in the top 5 in the standings as of right now, will line up alongside of John Brace. Shane Green, alongside of Jack Nathan. Jake Berg will line up beside of Matthew Rodriguez, Vincent Marsh, and John Dillon, two drivers that are also in contention for a chase spot, lining up there in the same row. Diego Brace will line up alongside of Evan Nugent. Anthony McCurry alongside younger brother Kenny McCurry, who is the points leader. Both of them also are in chase contention. Felix Harris going to line up alongside of Sean Galligan. Stephen Dillon coming off a great finish of second yesterday in the Mobile Cup Series. He'll line up alongside of Trent Whitney. Angel D'Souza will line up beside of Harold Columbia. Michael Harvey alongside of Lisa Shears. Then it's Robert Bann, Dougie Shears, Nick Eggleston, and Jonathan Morris. You notice Dougie Shears and Lisa Shears running the Hall of Fame paint scheme this week. Again, they will be back to their normal paint schemes next week at New Hampshire. So, that's the field. And the car we're going to be watching a lot of today will be Garrett Hay, making his first career start in the number 91 for Front Row Motorsports. So, drivers here trying to maybe clinch themselves spots in the chase, but really, you can't say someone's clinched into the chase until the races are all over and the chase field is set. And we will have that happen at the end of each race next race weekend at New Hampshire. So Noel Stiller is one of those drivers who is in contention to have a chase spot for this season. And he's looking to try and start off this race right in order to have that happen, as he has the pole for today's race. I noticed that the Front Row Motorsports cars and the Richard Childress cars and the Earnhardt Ganassi Racing cars all have pretty good starting positions. Green flag is out. Just like that, Garrett Hay's going to jump up to the high side. Wonder if he's going to fall to the back here for the start of this race. Don't know. That may be a strategy for that rookie. And if so, it's almost a veteran strategy. Because remember, Brandon Gonzalez says James McLeod's going to take the lead here. Brandon Gonzalez picked up career win number 3. Whoa, what a save by Adam Chambers back there. That car was actually sideways, but going back to what I was saying, Brandon Gonzalez picked up Mobile One Series career win number 3 yesterday, and he started all the way back in the 41st position. James McLeod's going to lead us down as the caution lights are on. Let's see what for. Looks like Evan Nugent, Jake Berg. Oh, and John Dillon. John Dillon's involved. He's one of those possible chase contenders. Let's follow the progress of the 32 down pit road. See if he's going to be able to continue. Can they get that car repaired? No! Dillon is retiring. Oh my goodness. This could pay out big time bad dividends for John Dillon. And James McLeod leads. I saw some damage to a few other race cars, Jack Nathan and Jake Rogers. But let's see why we're under the caution. I apologize right there. I ended up hitting the wrong button to turn and go to the replay. I want you to watch right here. There's the blue car, Clorox car of Evan Nugent. Right in front of him, right there behind Timmy Pacioli, is Jack Nathan. I think he's the car that gets out of shape. So we will watch here. Yeah, right there. John Brace and Jack Nathan make some contact. Oh, Ziggy Bain, Jake Rogers, Devin Wilson get into the little fence there. John Brace does as well. And then right there you see Evan Nugent, Jack Nathan. They make contact, go up into the fence as well. And then Nugent's going to make contact with... Ooh, I think that's Vincent Marsh right there. Yes, it is indeed. Ooh. Look at everybody trying to make their way around there. Ooh, wow. Robert Ban, Arnold Columbia. Or not Arnold Columbia, I'm sorry. Harold Columbia. Oh, I thought Harold Columbia made it by. He did get caught right there by Nugent, but Nugent goes for a spin. And then Jake Berg and John Dillon were further up. Let's look at that. Alright, here's what happens to Jake Berg right here. You know, I don't think there was even any contact. I think that car just slid out from underneath him, and he went way loose into that turn. And look at this, John Dillon, nowhere to go. Not only hits the outside retaining wall, but Jake Berg then comes up into him. That was hard contact, and John Dillon retiring from the race as a result of it. Look at John Brace in the 29 coming up, misses Jake Berg. Oh, John Dillon slow up ahead of him, and he gets on the brakes and somehow is able to slow up and miss that wreck. Great job by John Brace in that 29 Budweiser Chevrolet. Okay, so James McLeod leads us under caution. We will go green next time by. Only one car out of this race, and it is the 32 of John Dillon. Here's the way they'll line up for the restart. McLeod leads. Noel Stiller second. Garrett Hay right there in third. Fourth is T.O. Bain. John Worry is up in fifth. Alex Lozano sixth. Patrick Murphy second in the standings, up there in seventh right now. Good run right now early on for the Taco Bell Ford. Adam Chambers 8th, Jacob Cook is 9th, and Noah Cars is in 10th. 11th is Christian James, James Bald is 12th. 13th is Shane Green, Daniel Schwab is 14th, Arnold Columbia runs in 15th. 16th, Jared Crocius, Matthew Rodriguez 17th, Felix Harris 18th, Anthony McCurry is 19th, Stephen Dillon is 20th. 21st, Angel D'Souza, 22nd, John Brees. Points leader Kenny McCurry runs 23rd. Sean Galligan 24th, Vincent Marsh 25th, Lisa Shears is 26th, Robert Band 27th, 28th is Jonathan Morris, W. Shears is 29th, and 30th is Trent Whitney. We'll go back through the rest of this field. Michael Harvey 31st, Ziggy Bain is 32nd, Jack Nathan 33rd, 34th is Timmy Pacioli, Evan Nugent is 35th, 36th is Devin Wilson, 37th is Nick Eggleston, Jake Berg runs 38th, 39th is Diego Brace, Jake Rogers is in 40th, 41st is Harold Columbia. As I mentioned, only one car out of the race, and that is John Dillon, a Chase contender, taken out early here at Michigan. So the pace car will peel off. James McLeod will get us back underway here at Michigan on lap 6 of 30. And the green flag is displayed. Once again, Garrett Hay jumping up to the high side there. And now he's going to get bypassed. T.O. Bain, John Worry going to go underneath him. 3 wide. McLeod going to take the point, though, off of turn 2. Noel Stiller is there, though. Pole sitter Noel Stiller, that is, as he tries to close in on the back bumper of the Aaron's Dream Machine. John Worry, a champion Chase contender. He is there in 3rd now. Alex Lozano, who may get into the chase with his 2 wins this season, he's right there in 4th. A lot of possible Chase contenders up here at the front of the field. Patrick Murphy now up there in 5th, and he's 2nd in the standings. Noah Cars, a good run for the 6 car right now. Noah Cars drove last week at Daytona, drove the 6. And he's driving it here. No word on whether he will be driving it or Ryan Acosta next week at New Hampshire. As James McLeod continues to lead. Noel Stiller there in 2nd. John Worry there in the 3rd position. But you cannot count anybody out of this. Yesterday, we ended up having a green, well, not really green-white checkered, but the race did end under green. On a final restart, Brandon Gonzalez restarted in the 11th position, came through the field, and won the race with a pass on Stephen Dillon on the final lap. Caution waves once again. Oh! John Worry, Patrick Murphy's off the racetrack! Along with Alex Lozano, and they have nailed the wall. Worry and Murphy, 2 contenders in the chase. Also Alex Lozano, caution's out. And there is Lozano, what's left of his race car. John Worry, Timmy Pacioli, another one of them. Nick Eggleston also added to that list. And who else is that? There was somebody else there. Oh, that was Pacioli. Diego Brace, I think, got involved in something as well. And there's Lozano. Oh, my goodness. Lots of Chase contenders caught up in wrecks here. Pacioli, Lozano, Murphy. Oh, my goodness. John Worry as well. Let's see what happened. James McLeod leaves under caution again. Well, here's the original reason we were actually under the caution flag. Diego Brace is going to get into Ziggy Bain. Down into Evan Nugent they go. And then Diego is going to come up, get the wall, and then his teammate, Jack Nathan, the 16, actually contact with Nick Eggleston. That sends Eggleston up and scraping the wall. But Jack Nathan makes contact with his own teammate right there. And so 2 Roush Fenway cars, actually 3 Fords involved right there. Eggleston, Brace, and Nathan. Now let's see what took out so many Chase contenders. Okay, here's what happens. Watch Patrick Murphy. I think maybe something happens to him or something. Don't know for certain, but we're going to see Murphy going down to the inside of John Worry right there. Let's see if there's any contact. Yeah. Boy, I don't know what happened right there. He gets into John Worry, but that shouldn't have been something that sent him up the racetrack like that. And look at Worry get airborne, but look at the damage to Murphy. Man, oh man, that Taco Bell car is crunched. It's folded up like a burrito. Or like a taco, no pun intended. Well, actually it was. Alex Lozano involved there. John Worry's Cheerio all crumbled up. Yeah, I'm full of it today. And then, let's see what happens here. Lozano may be the reason that others are involved. Yep, right there. Timmy Pacioli rams right into the back of Alex Lozano. Look at Ziggy Bain just work his way through there. Wow. And now, my question is, does Nick Eggleston make his contact with Lozano, or does he make it with the Timmy Pacioli machine further up? I'm going to wager a guess it's with Pacioli. As we look here. Yeah. Oh, look at that. Nick Eggleston. I don't know if he even saw Timmy Pacioli up there. He just rammed into the back of him. He may not have even known Timmy Pacioli was right there, but I think he found out the hard way that he was. Wow, hard hits. So we will go back to Green Flag Racing on lap 13 of 30. James McLeod leading us again under this restart. Cars that are out as a result of this wreck include John Worry, Timmy Pacioli, Patrick Murphy, Alex Lozano, and Nick Eggleston. All 5 of them were contenders to get into the chase. This could greatly affect their chances, as they have been listed with DNFs, and Jack Nathan actually has retired from the race as well after being involved there with Diego Brace, originally bringing out the caution. Alright, here's the way they'll line up. James McLeod leads, Noel Stiller second, Jacob Cook is up to third all of a sudden. He does have a win this season, even though it's a non-points win. He ended up winning the Snickers shootout in that number 87. T.O. Bain, he's going to restart in 4th. Adam Chambers, 5th. Then it's Arnold Columbia, James Bald, Noah Cars, Daniel Schwab, and Garrett Hay, the top 10. Going back through the top 15, 11th is Angel D'Souza, Shane Green, 12th. Stephen Dillon up to 13th. I thought he might do well here today. Ended up having a good finish yesterday in the Mobile One Cup Series. Matthew Rodriguez 14th, and Jared Crocious is in 15th. Sean Galligan 16th, Anthony McCurry in 17th, Felix Harris 18th, 19th is Christian Janes, and 20th is John Brace. Back there, I believe that's in the 24th position. Yes, it is indeed, is where we find our points leader, Kenny McCurry. Now, obviously not a good finishing spot right here, but some of his competition up there, both John Worry and who was the other one? John Worry and Patrick Murphy, both out of the race. So he has a little bit of real estate to be able to work with here if he does have a bad finish. As the green flag, as you might have guessed, has been redisplayed, and T.O. Bain is all over the back bumper of James McLeod. This would be the first battle for the lead in quite a while. McLeod has been very diligently holding off the challenges of his competitors, including this guy here, Noel Stiller, who now does find a way to the inside line and will try and take the top spot. Stiller, as I mentioned, he is a chase contender, looking for a position in this year's chase, and he's going to take the lead here. How would it be for him to pick up a win? To my knowledge, Noel Stiller has not won in the Snickers Cup Series. His only career win came last season in the Mobile One Cup Series. And now T.O. Bain going to try and challenge for the lead as we have almost reached halfway. Whoa! Look at the racing back here. Noah Cars, Garrett Hay. This is a Ford Fiesta, I guess you'd call it. Cars, Bald, Schwab, Hay, Green, all battling it out here. All of them Fords. As Noel Stiller leads the way, he'll put lap 15 on the board. Here comes Jacob Cook. Here comes Adam Chambers, both moving their way up in here. As now James McLeod, who was leading on that restart, has slid all the way back to the 5th position. Well, actually, now he's battling out with Adam Chambers and Jacob Cook. That's for 3rd. It's now a 2-car breakaway. 2 Chevrolets. Noel Stiller and T.O. Bain. You know, I can't say enough about T.O. Bain. I've been just so impressed with him lately. The way he's been able to fight up there. He's not going to be a chase contender, obviously. But he's worked his way into the top 35 that if he so chooses to return to the Snickers Cup Series next season, he would be in the Daytona 500, no questions asked. And he's going to go to the front here in that Lowe's Impala. You know, not only does he finish well, but he qualifies well, and that's very rare, unless you're at a short track. I mean, at these kind of racetracks, to be able to start well and finish well is really a credit to yourself, your car, and your team. As he is the leader, now it's going to be a battle for 2nd, which is won by Adam Chambers. There's Shane Green. Ended up having hard luck last week at Daytona, which may have taken him out of championship chase contention, but you know what? He may have a chance still, may have a shot at it, as he's now trying to get back up there with a good finish. Especially with the fact that some drivers, such as Nick Eggleston, Timmy Pacioli, John Worry, Alex Lozano, that they've all been involved in a wreck here, Pat Murphy as well, may be an opportunity for somebody like Shane Green, who hit hard last week, to get back into contention here. You never know. So Theo Bain now is still the leader. Chambers now is the new second place car. James McLeod working his way back up into third after he was shuffled back to fifth a while ago. And new fourth place car is none other than the guy who finished runner-up yesterday, Stephen Dillon. Man, great run. This is the best run I think I've seen the 80 car have, and the caution's out again. Are any chase contenders involved? Oh, Noah Cars, Christian James, Sean Galligan, and Garrett Hay in his first start. Shane Green, Christian James. That's a lot of Fords right there. I was talking about a Ford Fiesta. This is a Ford. I don't know what you would. I don't know a negative word here that would begin with F here. I was able to come up with Fiesta. That means happy. But what do you have that means sad that begins with F? Can't think of it. While I'm thinking of it, why don't we take a look at a replay and see what involved these drivers, as Theo Bain leads under caution. Okay, I want you to watch the UPS Ford of Noah Cars right there. He's going to make some contact with Sean Galligan. He's going to send Galligan spinning. He's going to send Noah Cars spinning. But I think that Noah Cars keeps it going here, and he's going to come up the racetrack. Shane Green's the car we're watching because he's the one that's going to get nailed by Noah Cars when Noah Cars comes back up on the racetrack. And, it's on that little break that I just needed to figure out an F word that means sad. Funeral. A Ford funeral. There you go. Turns from a Ford Fiesta into a Ford funeral. And right here it's going to be two Fords that'll be the start of it, as Noah Cars is going to bring his 6 right back up the racetrack. Shane Green was running in 5th at the time here. Well, not really in 5th because he crossed the stripe in 5th, but look at this. Oh, look at the contact there, and look at how hard Shane Green hits. Bam! Car is airborne there for a minute. Comes down, lands on... That was driver's side. Yeah, that was driver's side he landed on when he came down. And then, let's just see the Fords come piling into this thing here. And a few other cars besides. Christian James there, he nailed Noah Cars. Garrett Hay comes into the picture, he nails Noah Cars. Sean Galligan up further is going to hit Christian James, I believe. Look at Noah Cars barrel rolling. Flipping, barrel rolling is Christian James. Or not Christian James, is Noah Cars. Ziggy Bain, I don't know if he gets through this or not. Yes, he does. Harold Columbia gets by. And that was it. Oh, I guess those were the cars involved. I thought there were more. But no, that was it. And Kenny McCurry ended up crossing the stripe in the 13th position at that point. So he still definitely has a chance to be able to clinch himself a spot in the chase, being the points leader here. Alright, so we'll get ready to go back under green on lap 23 of 30, which means I think we'll have 8 laps to go. Cars out as a result of this wreck includes several Fords, Garrett Hay in his first start, also Christian James, Shane Green, Noah Cars, those are all Fords right there, and also the 10 of Sean Galligan. As a matter of fact, all drivers with the exception of Diego Brace for Roush Fenway Racing have retired. That's Cars, James, and Jack Nathan. And Diego Brace, I might add, is not doing so well either. He's the last car on the lead lap in 30th. Alright, here's the way they line up. Theo Bain, Adam Chambers, James McLeod, Stephen Dillon, and Matthew Rodriguez shows himself up into the top 5 in 5th. Then we got Angel D'Souza 6th, Arnold Columbia is 7th, 8th is Jacob Cook, 9th is Jonathan Morris, and Vincent Marsh is 10th. Let's go through the top 15. It's Noel Stiller, Anthony McCurry, Kenny McCurry, Jared Crocious, and John Brace. Then the rest of the top 20, Dougie Shears, Lisa Shears, Devin Wilson, James Bald, and Jake Rogers. Let's go and show you the rest of the finishing of the order right now. 21st, we got Daniel Schwab. 22nd, Robert Band. Then it's Trent Whitney, Michael Harvey, and Felix Harris, the top 25. And then the rest, all the way through 30th, is Jake Berg, Evan Nugent, Ziggy Bain, Harold Columbia, and Diego Brace. Pace car peels off. T.O. Bain out in front. 4 of the top 5 have not been to victory lane yet this season. The only one that has is Adam Chambers, and that was at Talladega Superspeedway earlier this season. T.O. Bain, James McLeod, Stephen Dillon, and Matthew Rodriguez. They've not been there. Oh, Chambers almost turned T.O. Bain there, but he got off of him, luckily, and Bain keeps it straight. And now James McLeod down to the inside line there in his Toyota. He's been up at the front all day long, and now takes the second position. Matthew Rodriguez going to move into third. Matthew Rodriguez was our Bud Shootout winner at the beginning of this season, a non-points event, but looking for his first points win of Season 2, as now he's going to get challenged. Well, he was going to get challenged by Stephen Dillon, but Stephen kind of lost something there. He definitely lost miles per hour, as he had to give way to Matthew Rodriguez up high, and now James McLeod is closing in on T.O. Bain for the lead. And the caution's out. Caution waves once more. And we will get back to green, I'm pretty certain, as we are on lap 25 of 30. But the caution's out for our points leader, Kenny McCurry. And Dougie Shears. Holy mackerel. Kenny McCurry. He's damaged, but he's continuing on. So he may be able to continue this race, but he is back in the 30th position nonetheless. Oh my goodness. Let's see what happened to our points leader and our defending champion, Dougie Shears. Alright, let's see what happens here. Kenny McCurry, Dougie Shears, they're battling it out for the 13th position at this point. Lisa Shears is back there. Maybe she makes contact with Dougie Shears? Does she turn her own brother? She does! She turns her own brother into Kenny McCurry. And takes and makes and has problems for both. Oh, look at Anthony McCurry just squeak his way by there. But causes problems for both the points leader and defending champion, Kenny McCurry and Dougie Shears. Doesn't look like damage is going to take him out of the race, but obviously they're not going to get the finishes they hoped for. And boy, no brotherly love here. We're not in Philadelphia, we're in Michigan, but there's no brotherly love as Lisa Shears turns her own brother on the back straightaway. Well, we had a green-white checkered in the Oreo Truck Series race here at Michigan 2 races ago, and that ended up giving a first career Oreo Truck Series win to Dylan Young, making his first career start. We are going to have a green-white checkered finish here today, and it's very likely we could have a first-time winner here. T.O. Bain, James McLeod, Stephen Dillon, they have not won an NNSCRA race, period, but all drivers in the top 5 right now are winless in Season 2 in the Snickers Cup Series. That's Bain, McLeod, Matthew Rodriguez, Angel D'Souza, and Stephen Dillon. Then you've got Arnold Columbia there in 6th position. He has 2 wins this season. His last one coming at Chicagoland 2 weeks ago. And then you got Jacob Cook there, who'll restart in 7th, who has no wins yet this season. He does have a non-points win in the Snickers Shootout, but as far as points wins goes, no wins. So the rest of the top 10, by the way, is Adam Chambers, Noel Stiller, and Jared Kroshish has suddenly shown himself up here into the top 10 in the standings. So obviously a little bit of a mix and match of car makes here. As a matter of fact, Chevy in the lead, Toyota in 2nd, Ford in 3rd, and Dodge in 4th. So a pretty good array of makes here in the top 10. Green flag is out. It's going to be a green-white checkered. If the caution comes out, they'll race it to the line. The race will be over. If the caution doesn't, when they receive the white flag, it'll be 1 lap, and they'll race that to the line, and then the race will end under green. But T.O. Bain got a pretty doggone good restart, but that may not be a good thing, as James McLeod has been a bee in the bonnet of the Lowe's Impala for pretty much this whole race, and he is closing in there on the back bumper. Oh, are the yellow lights on? They are indeed! Caution is out, so this is a race to the line, and T.O. Bain will pick up his first career Snickers Cup Series victory. I think, or will they be able to race it around for one more lap? Is the pace car out yet? Looks like they are slowing down. Yes, their speed is decreasing, which means that the pace car is out. I wasn't certain when the caution flag came out. If it had come out when they were at the start-finish line, I think that maybe they would have let them race around one more lap. But T.O. Bain will win this race under caution, pick up his first career win in the Snickers Cup Series. And the car we have the caution coming out for is Felix Harris, as well as John Brace. Let's see what happened to them to end this race under caution. Now, Felix Harris was running in 20th position, and I think he got the wall. He and Anthony McCurry both bounced into the wall. Then he comes down and bounces off the 46 of Trent Whitney. And right here, John Brace doesn't really make any contact. He does get the wall, though, and the big problem for him is he's just caught up behind that Felix Harris machine. He can't get down underneath him right now, and everybody bypasses him. So John Brace loses several positions here. And you see Felix Harris's roof flaps engaging. Good to see that there, because we've had cars barrel rolling here at Michigan all weekend long. So Felix Harris, John Brace end up giving the win over to rookie T.O. Bain, his first career Snickers Cup Series victory. Let's go back and watch him cross the line with the checkered flag waving. Well, T.O. Bain worked his way into the top 35 in the standings. Today, he'll pick up his first career Snickers Cup Series win. And man, has this guy been consistent, and he certainly deserves this victory here today. T.O. Bain becomes another rookie driver to pick up a win here in the Snickers Cup Series. So T.O. Bain obviously isn't going to make the chase with that win, but it's obviously a win nonetheless. James McLeod finishing second, third, Stephen Dillon, and it's been a great weekend for Stephen Dillon. He didn't make the Truck Series race, but 2 top 5s and 2 starts here at Michigan. Second yesterday, and third place here. And how about James McLeod? This has got to be one of his best finishes there in second place, and he was really a contender all day long. Kenny McCurry, the points leader, coming into this race. Where does he finish here today? The 09 going to end up finishing in the 28th position. Not an ideal finishing spot, but still a finish nonetheless for Kenny McCurry. And so Kenny McCurry is probably going to be the points leader when we leave here today, due to the fact that Patrick Murphy, Nick Eggleston, John Worry, Timmy Pacioli, all of his contenders were taken out in wrecks during the course of this race. But what surprises do we have in store next week when the chase fields will be set at New Hampshire? No clue. But here we go. Here's the point standings and the finishing order heading into the regular season finale next week at New Hampshire. Take a look and see who may still be in chase contention when these cars will head to New Hampshire next weekend for Week 15. You've been watching a production of the NNSCRA Sports Channel members with NCGMRS. Congrats to T.O. Bain on his first career Snickers Cup Series victory.